Is back to school. Back to school. Are we feeling great or not so great? I'm right here. I'm looking forward to my classes and seeing what I can learn from them. But at the same time, I'm not looking forward to being too occupied and being stressed out. So I'm in between. Anyway, let's get into this video. Hello there, it's back to school season and therefore I decided to film my first educational video. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, then go ahead and subscribe below, or if you'd like to watch other videos as well, then do the same thing and you will be seeing more of me. Anyway, let's dive into this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am Binti Malu and I make videos about Africa, Africans, education, budgeting and lifestyle. So if you think you'll be interested in any of this, then you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell next to it so you get notified anytime there's a new video, or you can wait until the end of this video to make your choice, because the power is in your hand. Anyway, so today's video I'm going to talk about college tips. These are tips that worked for me as I was doing my bachelor's. I finished my Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in 2015, and currently I'm doing my Master's in Computer Security, so I'm going on in the same major, in the same track. I don't know how you want to call it. I'm just sticking to what I had started with. I enjoyed it when I was in college, and I figured why don't you just give it a try as my Master's and see where this leads. So these tips have worked for me and they're still working for me, and hopefully they will work for you too. If there are tips that you think are important and haven't mentioned in this video, then go ahead and comment below and we'll make a part 2 where all of your comments will be featured and all of your tips will be featured. So let's get into this. My first tip will be that you do your best in your freshman and sophomore year. These first 2 years you'll be doing your general studies, therefore your classes will not be as complicated as your junior and senior classes. And if you do really well and get a great GPA, even if you do terribly in your junior and senior classes, your GPA will be at a good standing. So at the very least, you'll get like a 3.0, which is a good GPA, and you wouldn't like go really below. But if you waste your time and you don't focus in your first 2 years, and then things get harder in your junior and senior year, then your GPA will just be low, and you don't want that to happen. You're going to school, it's good if you get a good GPA, and if you give it your best, then you'll be proud of yourself. So take your time and concentrate on your classes the first 2 years. Give them your best, get the best grade, get the best GPA, and then once you get to your junior and senior year, when things become complicated and maybe you don't get the best grade, you still have a good GPA, so it wouldn't be like a total fail. You'll just be in the middle ground. This worked for me because my first 2 years I did quite okay. I got like 3.8 or 3.9 GPA. I don't think I ever got a 4.0. And then my junior and senior year, things became tougher and I got C in some of my classes. But at the end of the school year, I was able to graduate with a above 3.5 GPA, which was pretty good in my opinion. Had I not concentrated in my classes the first 2 years, then my GPA would have been much lower. So it works, it really does. Just take your time. You might seem weird, other people might make fun of you for being so serious in your freshman and sophomore year, but you're gonna thank yourself, because when it comes to junior year and senior years, when people are struggling and wondering what to do next, you would have your foundation, you have a good GPA. So take your time and focus on your first 2 years, and then when things get tougher, your GPA might come a bit down, but it's not gonna be at the bottom of the margin. Tip number 2 is that attendance counts. Now trust me, most of your professors are going to give you points for your attendance. If you look at your class rubric, which you should every time you start a new class, because I feel like your professor will either give it to you or they will post it somewhere online. So take time and look at that rubric. But I can assure you, you will see attendance counts as part of your grade. So try your best, again, the first 2 years and throughout your college life to attend classes. when you miss a class, miss because if you miss a class, have a good reason to back yourself up. Because missing classes, I mean, there are times you'll be under the weather, and that's okay when you get to your junior and senior year, because school becomes stressful and there are days you just want to sleep in and relax. But the first 2 years, just take your time, just struggle and push yourself to go to classes and attend. Make sure your attendance is on a good level, because this is a chance for your teachers to get to know you. And once the teacher knows you, it's really helpful, trust me. If it's time for your grades to be submitted and you're like 1 point from getting a B, if you're attending your class regularly, your teacher will definitely sympathize with you, because they're like, hey, this person is making an effort to come to class and to learn, so I'm going to give them that extra mark so that you can get your good B instead of getting a C. So just think of it that way. If that's going to be a motivation, that's a great motivation. If you attend class, teachers get to know you, teachers will sympathize with you, they will want to help you, they will want you to perform, because I don't think any teacher will want you to fail if they constantly see you in their class and you're paying attention to the studies. So try your best to attend your classes. It's going to help you so much, and it makes a difference between that C and the B. So keep that in mind. Okay, point number 3 is that respect your professors. Now, when you're in college, most of us get the idea that, hey, I'm grown up, I can say whatever I want, there are no consequences, it's my life, I can talk to people however I want. That doesn't work. It really doesn't. If you're disrespectful to your professor, you gain nothing. You might fail your class, and if you have the brains, you will pass your class, but at the end of the day, the professors will be like, hey, this person is not, respectful, and it doesn't cost anything to be respectful. I remember in some of my classes, there are people who just walk into class in the middle of the class, and the professor asks them, hey, why are you late? And they'll show the professor attitude. The first year, I was surprised. I was like, how do you do that to a person? Because I was coming from Africa, and back home, you don't disrespect your teachers. Teachers are held at a high standard, and you respect elders, you respect teachers because they know what they're talking about. They're trying to share their knowledge with you. So it was awkward for me, but I feel like here it may be a normal thing, since people are encouraged to express their thoughts. But keep in mind, these are your teachers. These are people who are going to determine your grade. These are people who are trying to help you. So respect them. It will not cost you a thing. If you're respectful, I can assure you, respect your teachers, work hard in their classes, and these teachers will do their best to make sure you succeed in your education. So please respect your teachers. Don't show them attitude. Don't feel like you're an adult now. I can talk to my teachers however I want. You're not gonna go far. Trust me, you won't go far. You will fail in your classes, and if you don't fail in your classes, somewhere ahead in the long run, you're just gonna look back and regret how you acted towards your teachers. So respect your teachers. It costs you zero to be respectful. Hold your tongue back. If a teacher asks you something, try to answer as politely as possible. Don't try to kudharau. I don't know how you call it in English. Kudharau, to be ignorant. I don't know, to look down on your teachers. Some of your teachers are older than you, and if they're not older than you, they have knowledge that you don't have and that you need. So take the time to learn instead of being disrespectful. Okay, tip number 4 will be to take notes in class. You can either write them, record them, I don't know, do anything as long as you're taking notes. These notes are going to act as a backup anytime you forget something, and you are likely to forget. Most people, like me, we don't retain information once. Like when a teacher says something, we're like, hey, it's already stuck in our head, we don't have to revisit it again. Yes, there are people who are good at retaining information, and if you're that kind of person, you are blessed immensely. But if you're like me, you don't retain information the first time you hear it. So take notes in your class. If you're not good at taking notes, then take pictures, record the classes, whether you can do a video or an audio, and then pay attention to the PowerPoints, because most professors will provide you some sort of PowerPoints. Use those PowerPoints, save them in your computer, because you're going to need them when you're revising for your exam or you're doing your project. So notes are very important. Don't ignore to take notes. And if you miss a class, then make sure you know someone who is good at taking notes, that you can borrow their notes and write them down to make up for that class. So pay close attention to note taking. It's going to help you a lot. Alright, tip number 5 will be that imperfect is better than nothing. I didn't have a better way to keep it, so let's just go with that. What I mean by this is that if you're doing an assignment or a project, or you're doing an exam and you feel like you don't know anything, just write down what you know. You don't have to give the correct answer. As long as you write something, you probably get a point. You might not get the full marks, but you will get at least 1 point. Don't leave things blank. Just make an attempt, do what you think you can, do what you think is your best, and then if you're wrong, you'll get a point. You'll not get a 0 completely. So something is better than nothing. Don't give up. Don't leave any question unanswered in an exam, in homework, or in a project. Make sure you write something, whether it's right or wrong. You're going to get a point for it, as long as you make the effort. Tip number 6 is that you should arrange your classes so that you take more classes during your freshman and sophomore year, and then when you get to your junior and senior year, you can take a less load, because during that time you'll be having a lot of stress. You have to do final projects, you have to think of what you're going to do after you graduate. There will be so many things going on in your life, so the less load you have, the easier it will be for you to concentrate on those core subjects, because you get to do subjects that you need for your major in your junior and senior year. So if you take a higher load in your first 2 years, it will really help you, especially in your senior year, the last semester. You might end up taking 2 or 3 classes, which will be great, because at that time you need to concentrate so much on those final classes and doing projects, graduating, finding a job. So just take that load the first 2 years. Again, persevere through those first 2 years, get yourself a good foundation, and then you're going to be great in the long run. My final tip will be that enjoy college life. Yes, you're there to study. Yes, you're there to create a good education for yourself, but at the same time, you're there to have a good time. You're there to find who you are, to make new friends, to just enjoy life. After college, you get a lot of responsibilities. You have bills to pay, you have to wake up early, you have to go to work, whether you like it or not, because at the end of the day, you still have to pay those bills. And life isn't the same. You don't get to experience the college experience twice. So when you're in college, enjoy life, wake up late if you have to, stay up with friends, make new friends. Some of the friends I made in college are till this day my support system. The Khoisan Bush people, you guys have made my college experience the best, and so have you, the squad out people. You all know yourself. These friends have been there for me from college until this moment. I talk to them. If I have a problem, I go to them and we talk it out. So college helped me to make so many friends, as well as college gave me an opportunity to realize who I am. I didn't have it all figured out by the time I was done with my college life, but I started the process of figuring like who I am, what do I want to do, what kind of person do I want to be. So use this time to find yourself out, use this time to chill with people, use this time to make new friends, use this time to wake up late, use this time to stay up late, pull all-nighters, because it's a great experience. College life is a good one, so take your time, don't stress too much, do your best, and then let God do the rest. Hopefully these tips are helpful to you. Again, if you have tips that I've missed in this video, then go ahead and comment below, and then we can make a part 2 if we have like 5 or 6 tips, whereby all your tips and all the ideas will be shared with other people who are going to college or finishing college, whichever the case is. Well, to all of you who are going back to school, including myself, I wish you all the best and rock this school year. Be successful and have an awesome time. Put God first in everything and study hard. You're gonna make it. We need your brains to this world. We need more knowledge. So hey, do it for us. We need you. We need your ideas. We need your mind. So have a good time in school and make new friends and get more knowledge, and then come and share with the rest of the world, because we're waiting for great minds like yours. Anyway, so that's it for this video, and I will be making other videos in this back to school season, so stay tuned for those. Hopefully you like these videos. If you do, go ahead and subscribe below and you'll be notified every time there's a new video. And remember to spread the African love, or whatever kind of love you have to share, because there is no room for hate. Bye! Kwaherini! If you're in a class and you're at 1 point from being... If you're in a class and... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.